Today, we're in downtown Knoxville, right in the heart of all the action. Here at 301 South Gay Street is where the Knoxville Visitor Center is located, and it is anything but your ordinary tourist center. You can certainly walk into the Knoxville Visitor Center and get a vast amount of information on the city, services to help groups touring the area, and brochures galore. However, you will also get treated to a feast of Tennessee-made eatables. One step inside and you will see that the uniquely Knoxville gift shop is a treasure chest full of local goodies. This is my kind of place.
Okay, so I'm here with Lainey Shorter, and she is the Director of Visitor Centers here at the Knoxville Visitor Center. This is quite an impressive center you have here. When you walk in, I mean, it's huge, and there's all kinds of awesome arts and crafts and food items.
Yes, thank you. We've actually been called one of the most unique visitor centers in the country because not only do we have amazing arts and crafts, we obviously have visitor information as well as live music that happens here daily, Monday through Saturday. So very unique.
That's wonderful. Well, tell me how important it is, you think, for the Visitor Center to kind of have this high profile here in downtown where people can come in and get kind of equipped with what they need to view the city.
Absolutely. It's very important. And we feel like, obviously, visitor information is key. Knowledge is key. When you go to visit a town, you don't know where to park and how to get around, and one-way streets are confusing. So we always have a person here, a personalized experience with each visitor, so they're able to get in and around Knoxville and have a great experience. And with that, we wanted to add and showcase all of the extreme talent that we have here in Knoxville through our artists, food vendors, festivals, attractions, and more.
You have lots of food vendors here that have wonderful Tennessee-made products.
We do, absolutely. Local and all throughout the state, we carry quite a few regional products as well. So we're very blessed to have just lots of talent and these local foods coming in and being showcased here in the Visitor Center.
Well, thanks so much. I'm excited to take this tour through the food vendors here.
Great, thank you.
Well, for those loyal local travelers who've been on several adventures with me, you know I simply melt when I hear the word chocolate. So I'm pretty excited about our first toothsome guest. South's Finest Chocolate has been making premier award-winning chocolate in Knoxville for the last 30 years. They make over 100 handmade, small batch confections. This sweet spot has become a great tourist attraction in Knoxville, where the public can see a variety of candy-making techniques in action.
Well, I'm here with Brad Hamlet, and you are the co-owner of the Chocolate Factory.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is kind of this neat chocolate factory downtown. You guys do small batch, high quality chocolates, right?
Small batch, high quality. We've got a young staff who's making old-fashioned candy, but with a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a modern twist. Small batch, made from scratch chocolates, over 100 different items we make.
Well, and you guys have kind of a tourist destination yourself. I mean, people can come and kind of look through the window and see all the old-fashioned kind of equipment and things.
Yeah, we've got two huge windows where you can see either the cooking process, or you can see the old conveyor belts that start on one end and then they go through and covered in chocolate and end up in just a few minutes and end up a finished product on the other end. So yeah, you can come see it made. We do hand dipping as well right in front of the window. Awesome tourist destination for anybody who's coming through town. We're right by the Sun Sphere, so you can't miss us. We're very easy to find.
That's great. Well, and you have some interesting items. I know you brought a few, and the first one, though, that caught my attention on the website was the Tennessee walking stick. I love that.
Yeah, Tennessee walking stick's our best seller. It's a combination of a pretzel rod, hand dipped in freshly made caramel, rolled in pecans, and then smothered in milk chocolate and dark chocolate as well. But of course, the name is what grabs your attention. Yeah, the Tennessee walking stick is definitely our #1 seller.
Yeah, I could see a lot of people kind of wanting that as their fun kind of trip from Tennessee item to take back, or kind of a gift item for someone.
Yeah, it's a great little taste of Tennessee, taste of Knoxville. We can do gift boxes of them. We sell them individually as well. But yeah, an awesome little gift. It's got a product-specific sticker on there, so they're going to know where it came from. They're going to know that it's freshly made.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, you have a few other items here too. You've got some popcorn. That looks pretty good. Does that go on the conveyor belt too with the caramel and everything, or?
No, actually, this is they hand stir this caramel corn It's unlike any other caramel corn you've ever had. I cannot stop eating it when we make it. As you can probably tell by looking at me, it is delicious. Chocolate covered potato chips, and then some of our 100 different items are chocolate covered fudge, creams. We make bears, which are like turtles. We have something for everyone.
Yeah, it's nice. You definitely have the salty sweet balanced out there, and then you've got these chocolate kind of assortment for people that really want the real sweetness, but just a little bite of it. So.
Absolutely, yeah. We do a lot of salty sweet stuff. It's kind of one of our specialties.
Yeah, I could see that. That looks great, especially the potato chips.
Potato chips are wonderful. One of our best sellers. A ruffle ridge potato chip smothered in milk chocolate and dark chocolate.
Wow.
You can't beat it.
That sounds really good. We may have to take a break just so I can go eat some of these.
Absolutely, we'll open it up for you.
From chocolate dessert to a company that makes homemade jams, pickled okra, barbecue sauce, local honey, and more. And as the name would suggest, many feel it is the best in the state. Tennessee's Best, located right here in Knoxville, offers a wide variety of old-fashioned canning items and are passionate about preserving the flavors found only in Grandma's kitchen.
Okay, so I'm here with David Ball, and he is the co-owner of Tennessee Best.
Yes.
And this is really something that started with your father, right? This
Yes,
company?
yes, Gus Palace. And he actually started out with the chow chow, which is one of the oldest relishes recipes there is in the country. This one actually dates back a little over 200 years. It's been tweaked a little bit since then, of course.
Wow.
And he located the product, and it was homemade here in Tennessee, and he decided to start a business as a hobby, sort of. And it grew and it grew and grew, and now we got over 150 items, and we're just doing great.
Wow, yeah, you do. This is just a smidge of kind of all that you offer.
Oh yes, definitely. We've got, like I say, the chow chows, jams, jellies, pickles, relishes, spices, and they're all made locally. We've got people that's as close as Maryville here in Knoxville. We make a few items ourselves. And we just enjoy doing it, enjoying helping the people, and enjoying going out and seeing what all we can get rid of.
Sure. Well, you guys have so many products. You must be keeping the entire agricultural industry of Tennessee in business. I mean,
not quite, but we're trying. We're trying.
Well, that's good. Well, I was talking to your wife earlier, and she was saying that, I mean, this is all handmade. It's in those kind of big pots on the stove, and they're hand dipped in the jars,
yes,
and hand labeled, and so a lot of loving attention goes into these.
The word homemade is definitely there.
Well, good. Well, and I noticed you have some moonshine. This is kind of an interesting jelly.
That's one of our newer items. We've got a legal distillery in Tennessee now, and everybody was wanting moonshine jelly. Well, they've got it. And we've also got a fried apple pie moonshine jelly, which is super good too.
Wow, so you can start your day and end your day with a little moonshine jelly.
Right. Of course, the guy that's making it probably has a better time than I do.
He gets to sample that quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people have a lot of recipes. I noticed when I was looking on different sites. I mean, you've got some fans and some customers who like to incorporate this into a lot of dishes.
A lot of the people we sell to actually, we do a lot of distributing, and a lot of our customers that we sell to then turn around and do websites, and they put their recipes on there. And if you look under Tennessee Best, you're no telling how many different websites will pop up.
Well, that's good. Well, I did that, and when I was looking, it was just vast, the amount of places that carry this and sell this. And now, can they order it online, or is this something that?
Yes, they can order it online, either from us or through some of our customers. It really doesn't matter to me.
Just order it.
All right, just order it. Just order it.
Well, do you think a lot of people that you've got customers that are kind of your true followers, but then you probably have a lot of people too who like to give this as kind of tourist gifts when they come home from visiting?
Yes. When people go into another state, they want to have something, number one, that is from there, and number two, that it says it's from there, and that's where the name Tennessee Best came from.
Yeah, well, you've made Tennessee proud, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you very much.
We go from a variety of different sauces to a sauce for a variety of purposes. Gunshot Sauce is an all-natural, gluten-free, fat-free, vinegar-based, gourmet sauce that will enhance the flavor of a multitude of culinary creations. Shade Tree Sauce Company claims what makes this sauce so special is its versatility, and they suggest using it in all the traditional ways, as well as for hummus, eggs, chicken salad, and popcorn. With no shortage of recipes on their website, this sounds like a sauce for all occasions.
Okay, so I'm here with Will McCarthy. You're the owner of Gunshot Sauce.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've done a lot of reading about this sauce, and I'm excited because this literally is a sauce for everything. I mean, there's no end to the amount of things you can use this sauce with.
It's an apple cider vinegar based sauce. It's which actually lends itself to a lot of versatility, being more of a savory type sauce. It's not very hot. It's about the heat level like a barbecue sauce, but it lends itself again to being extremely versatile. It marries very well with any kind of a mayonnaise based product. Sometimes my wife and I just mix it with mayonnaise alone as a simple dip for sweet potato fries or onion rings or what have you. But it's fantastic as a marinade. It's even good with, believe it or not, as a Bloody Mary mix. You add it to a little bit of tomato juice and it's excellent Bloody Mary mix. But that said, it's also great on any kind of a steak or on a pulled pork sandwich or what have you.
Yeah, when I was reading the things that you used it for, like popcorn and hummus and chicken salad, and I mean, there was no shortage of ways to use it. Do you think that's because it's just such a natural sauce? It's just apple cider vinegar. You don't have a lot of preservatives. It's just.
Well, I think so. I think the apple cider vinegar it lends itself to being all natural because it allows there not to be any preservatives. It kind of almost like it preserves things the way they used to do in the old days before they had all the chemicals they have these days.
Well, this has been kind of a recipe in your family for a while, right? There was Grandpa Wilford. Is that right?
Yes, one of my more eccentric relatives, Grandpa Wilford. When he barbecued, or whatever, he had his secret sauce. Actually, this is based on his recipe, and he would pack his own shotgun shells. And he would, when he got his shotgun shell, he would pack his own shells. And put his sauce inside kind of somehow secret little sauce packs or whatever. Still haven't figured out how he did it. But when he would barbecue, he'd have the pork shoulders or chicken on his smoker, and he would get his old sauce gun and shoot these sauce shells into. So it'd apply the sauce, and maybe some of the sauce would get injected a little bit in whatever. But anyway, the name came from his neighbors in the neighborhood, whatever. They hear these gunshots coming from his farm, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's barbecuing again! Let's go over there because it's delicious."
Right, food's on.
Exactly. So he's So again, we don't recommend this kind of hair trigger technique or whatever, but I've basically passed down the recipe to me, and I've found there's so many other good uses for it other than just barbecue. That's what I'm trying to illustrate and get the word out about.
Sure. Well, and you brought in some things actually to illustrate that, right? You've got some chicken salad, maybe?
Yeah, sure did. This just store-bought chicken salad. You're welcome to have one of these if you like.
Okay.
We've also got some. It's just chicken salad from the store, grocery store, that I've added it to illustrate just how well it marries with any kind of mayonnaise-based product.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that good? Mm-hmm. Any kind of a creamy type thing, it just makes an incredible creamy type sauce, and it accentuates it and really brings the flavors out.
It really does. Wow, that was delicious. Well, I'm sold.
Well, good.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's my pleasure, and please hope you guys come back to Knoxville soon.
What a delicious day we've had at the Knoxville Visitor Center. From locally sweet to savory, we have eaten our way through it all here in Knoxville. But the Knoxville Visitor Center has even more. You can explore local artisans and musicians, all from this tourism hotspot in downtown Knoxville. To learn how to go local in Knoxville, add it to your local traveler list.
Think you gotta have a special connection to get great New York style pizza in Lexington? You know, you gotta know somebody who knows somebody? Nah, go in and see these wise guys. They'll make you a deal you can't refuse.
Goodfellas Pizzeria is co-owned by Eric Boggs and Alex Coates. Alex and his brother Jeff, who just so happens to be the executive chef at Goodfellas, come from a New York-based Italian family and wanted to recreate the delicious, hand-tossed, big slice pizza from their childhood. The pair opened their first Goodfellas in 2005 in downtown Lexington. Word caught on quick that this was no ordinary pizza pie. With hours extending to 3 a.m., it's not unusual to see a line that extends out the front door and around the corner. As their popularity continued to increase, they added a second location in Lexington and just recently a third in Covington, Kentucky, just outside of Cincinnati.
Okay, so I'm here with Alex Coates and Eric Boggs, and you guys are the co-owners of Goodfellas.
Yes, correct.
So you guys are some good fellas.
Absolutely.
Tell me how you kind of got into this. I mean, I know you have the Italian heritage and you've
Correct.
got that New York Italian thing.
Absolutely.
How'd you end up in this mix here?
Culinary artist from long time ago.
Okay, so you've always loved the culinary
The
arts.
kitchen. Tell them how it really went down. We were having beers one night,
Okay,
and there's a lack of late night food in downtown.
that's true.
Or there was 7 years ago.
Okay,
And we just said, man, I'm hungry. Why don't we do a little pizza place in that spot right across the way? And the rest is history. It's good stuff.
wow. Well, yeah, you guys have a great product, but it also takes a lot of knowing what you're doing to start a restaurant, have it be successful.
What we did was we just said, okay, let's try this pizza thing. Mom comes from an Italian background from New York City.
Right.
And he has family in New York as well. But we know what really good pizza is and how
Right.
there was a lack of good pizza. Definitely not. How there was a lack of good pizza in Lexington. So we said, well, let's try our hand at it. Let's get some recipes going and let's try to replicate what is up there in New York. So we started with the dough. Obviously, the most important ingredient is the dough.
Absolutely.
So we started with our dough recipe and then our sauce and cheese, and we just kind of trialed and error, and we walked around to the bars.
With a little pad and which one do you like, A, B, or C?
Oh, that's
Cool,
awesome.
Cool.
Did your own
So
little
we-
market research.
Market study on
Yeah.
what's around everybody.
And we just listened to what people like. So ultimately, Goodfellas is created by the people around us.
That's right.
So that's how it came up with the recipe, and everyone loves it.
Well, and you use great ingredients. I know your
Absolutely.
cheese. I mean, actually, it is my favorite pizza place.
Thank you.
And so you guys use awesome cheese. I mean, the cheese just, I love the stringiness, like when you're biting into it and it's everywhere. And but you use great ingredients, and some are even from farmer's market and basil in your mom's yard. Is that right?
Straight out of Mama's garden.
That's
In the
awesome.
summertime, when she's got a huge plethora of basil, send it on down to the shops. So she comes down, she drops it off. So we try to use local ingredients when we can. We go through a tremendous amount of volume, so that's
Sure.
really where the problem occurs. But talked about the cheese is the best. We use 100% whole milk mozzarella, and you can always tell a good cheese by the stretch. And you can keep stretching our cheese and stretching and stretching, and you can tell you have a good cheese. Bad cheese tends to burn, bubble up, and it doesn't stretch. It'll break immediately. So you can tell you've got a good cheese when it starts to stretch.
Absolutely. Well, and you opened up some other locations. I know you've got Two Keys, which is also here in Lexington. And then in Covington, you're just opening a place.
We are really pumped up about the Covington restaurant. Two Keys was a home run. That approached us, 3 years ago? We're going on our third year at Two Keys. We do offer delivery, which is it's awesome.
Well, good. Well, I'm excited. I hear that you guys hand toss your pizza. So there's lots of little wrist action, a little bit of finesse happening. So I understand I'm going to get to maybe see some of that and try some.
Absolutely, we're going to get you to
We'll
toss some
see.
pizza. That's the New York way. You have to have hand-tossed pizza. Fresh made every morning, no frozen dough. It
Right.
has to be made fresh. And
Absolutely.
that's how you can tell what a good crust is. But we're definitely going to take you up on that.
All right. Well,
Let's see
I
if
love
you
that you've
what it
got the
takes.
window so people can just walk by and see that kind of magic happening. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if you got what it takes.
New York style defines a type of pizza that originated in New York City in the early 1900s. It is defined by its large size with a wide, thin, and foldable crust. The ability to fold it in half made it a great street snack. A New York-style pizza is traditionally hand-tossed, which is done by repeatedly tossing the dough into the air to stretch and aerate it. This process creates a pizza crust that is crispy on the outside, yet tender and chewy on the inside.
So I'm here with Jeff Coates, and you are the executive chef at Goodfellas and also the general manager at Two Keys.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit just about how you've kind of got into the pizza making business.
Well, it started with the family. Of course, my brother opened it, and in 2006, and I kind of got. I always had a feel for culinary arts, and then when he opened this place, it was just kind of like a dream coming true. So I took over shortly after that, and we based this off of good vibes and good pizzas.
Well, I hear you're quite skilled in the art of hand-tossing pizza.
It took some time, but we like to dabble in the arts, and we throw some tricks out, you know, just to satisfy the customers.
Well, sure did. Is that something that was just in your family? I know that you kind of have Italian heritage.
Yes,
and
the Italian heritage is strong in our family. But pizza tossing, you know, that just kind of came, and we ran with it. I learned as I went, so.
I am excited to see this. And I'm going to try my hand, which is going to be...
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
That's going to be
pretty
fun.
much comedy hour.
Hand-tossing pizza sure is harder than it looks. These Goodfellas are pros. Not only do they make it look easy, but they make it taste good. So no matter if you're at their Lexington or Covington locations, you're sure to love their pizza pie.
You know, with all my great hand-tossing skills, I might have just gotten a job here at Goodfellas. So next time you're in the mood for some great New York-style pizza, come on into Goodfellas. They know people who know people. Capiche? Forget about it.